In this video, I'm going to reveal what might be the single most harmful trading software that you are using and why it just might be the thing keeping you from being a consistent and profitable trader. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. If you find value in this information, please consider subscribing. What would you say if I told you that you might be using software that could potentially be keeping you from passing those evals and reaching your goal of making this profession your full-time gig, and how it might be affecting you psychologically? With the popularization of prop firms, the barrier to entry for most people has been removed. For the most part, it has become a feeding frenzy. And apart from a few traders benefiting, the majority of the windfall has fallen on the prop firms themselves. But in order to maximize these profits, ingeniously they came up with a tool that would help sell that lifestyle dream. What might that tool be? Enter the trade copier. You might be saying, Fernando, you're crazy. I love the trade copier. A powerful tool in the hands of undisciplined traders, the trade copier has turned out to be a heaven sent for prop firms. You were told that now you can trade 2, 5, or even 10 accounts at the same time. Record profits were had by a few. Financial pain and near ruin was experienced by most. As a new trader, your job is to learn, specifically how not to lose money. But because we live in a I want it now and I'll put in the hard work later culture, new traders struggle at best and will end up exiting the profession broke at worst. What can be done to mitigate this trend? Delete that software so that you are not tempted until you can show that you are profitable for at least 6 to 9 months. Notice that I didn't say don't ever use it. Use it when you have substantially more time under your belt. Trading is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It is a long game. Most professional traders are constantly learning and practicing their craft 10, 20 years later. A few points to consider is using a trade copier. Number 1, the copier applies the trade to all accounts selected, thereby limiting your ability to manage the trade properly. Number 2, increased exposure, meaning if you were off on your analysis, your day just went from bad to really bad. And number 3, delayed execution and slippage. Not much more to say about that. I think we all understand what that means. Using the copier, you are now spending a lot more psychological and emotional ammunition. No longer can you think clearly. When we cannot think clearly, we make mental mistakes. It spirals from there. Bottom line, don't do it. Instead, trade 1 or 2 accounts, but separately. It's so much easier to manage 2 accounts more than 10 to 20 accounts, emotionally and otherwise. Learn how to trade emotionless, cold, stress-free. It can be done, but it takes time. My hope is that you take this information and apply it in your trading journey. Now let's jump to today's trade, where I was able to grab a total of $597 across 4 accounts, traded separately, trading the micro ES futures with 0 stress and 0 emotion. Enjoy. This is a trade I took on October 1st, 2024. After a very strong 30-point drop off the opening bell, I reasoned that we were hitting a bit lower, perhaps the opportunity to grab 10 plus points. I estimated that since the drop was fairly strong and that it had blown past the 75 level, the next resting pivot or consolidation target was the 50s. These levels tend to be magnet areas, psychological levels, if you will, that are important to note. At 10 a.m. Eastern, there was a news event. Always want to be hyper aware of these news releases, because if you don't, they can wreck you. Miracles will happen as we trade. A few minutes passed. I could see that the selling pressure was still strong. I shorted the market. Added 2 more lots subsequently, and eventually exited when my last target was hit down by the 50 level. Enjoy the video and the music. Walking through my head, one of them's got a gun to shoot the other one, and yet together they were friends at school.
not crazy. In a world full of people, only someone to fly. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. In a heaven of people, there's no someone to fly. You're not crazy. Oh, baby. In a world full of people, there's no someone to fly. You're not crazy. Not crazy. Not crazy. Not crazy. Oh, but we're never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. Though we're never gonna survive.
Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. If you've gained some knowledge by watching this video and would like to support this channel, please consider liking and subscribing. Until next time, take care.